Thanks for downloading a 3CR podcast. 3CR is an independent community radio station based in Melbourne, Australia. We need your financial support to keep going. Go to www.3cr.org.au for more information and to donate online. Now stay tuned for your 3CR podcast.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard and weekly pay produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
And yes, it's good morning from the Concrete Gang, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on 3CR, 8:55 a.m, 9:30 every Sunday morning. I'm back to lift the ratings as Campo's dragged us down to an all-time low. So, Campo, good morning to you, my old mate.
Good morning, Gorilla. Good to have you back.
It's great to be back, sort of.
Mate, there's a bit of an international incident going on at the moment.
What's going on, mate?
I've had a phone call from the union overseas.
Yes.
Saying you had dogmen working in the rain. What's going on?
Well, Campo, as you're trying to get in my gang about putting mustard on stories, aren't you? But
mayo, a little bit of a little mayo king.
No. Well, it is true though. I went to Kuala Lumpur for a wedding, and while I was there, I went and checked out Fevco Favel yard, Crane Mob's yard, at the. Over there, the biggest part of that was trying to get there and get home, because if you've ever been to Kuala Lumpur, the traffic is unbelievable.
Unbelievable?
But yeah, they've got crane simulators over there. They're very good. They train people in their yards, and people are buying cranes off them, and they've got these crane simulators, and they're excellent. You sit there, it's just like being in a crane, and all of a sudden they turn on the bad weather, the hurricanes and all that, and while you're driving it, you've got to handle that. And so they are a good thing for people to train on and all that. I'm hearing that we're looking at them at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very, very, oh man, I must admit, geez, over there, what do you call it? The tolls. You complain about tolls here, geez, you wouldn't want it over there. You just pay a toll, you start up again, and there's another toll. I'm thinking, oh, this will stop soon. No.
Toll City?
Mate, Toll City, mate, I'll tell you. Yeah, but it was good. It was an education, seeing how they make their cranes over there, and they could give us a lesson or two. Don't worry about that, because Fevco Favel cranes are very solid cranes. They're using like nearly inch thick plate on the decks, and also their factory, mate. It was second to none. It was the cleanest factory I've ever seen. Obviously, labour's pretty cheap over there, so they take advantage of that. That's why they're building them over there and not here anymore, I say. But, it was worth going to. But anyway.
So the simulator, obviously, you can do when you're on ships the whole bit, couldn't you?
Yeah, they've got different ones for different cranes. They've got ones, if you're working on a oil rig, and you've got, obviously unloading barges and that, and you've got to allow for the swell and all that sort of thing. They've got different simulators for every situation, every different type of crane. And it's cutting edge, which will probably help us, because we've got Christy Kane looking at all this
renewable energy. Obviously,
renewable energy
with the wind turbines and all that going out offshore. That's why we're looking at getting a simulator down at the training centre.
Yeah.
We've already got one now, but we're looking to get the next level up.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got some massive cranes over there that they're building for America for putting up these wind farms. I mean, I've got the facts in front of me, but there was a 600-ton crane, tower crane that's being built to lift turbines and things up. So there's some massive cranes being built.
You took a photo of that slurring. Is that off that? That was huge. It looked like a boring machine. That was massive.
No, that was one of the smaller ones actually, but. What they're doing with cranes, it's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's interesting to see. And their safety, the way they do all the welding and check the welding, and they put them together, pull them apart, pull them together, pull them apart, and all that. It's pretty intense. There's 300 blokes working in this factory, and and I must admit, no one was breaking into a sweat over there. It was hot. It was interesting. Very good, very good. I was glad I went there.
Great spot though, isn't it? You were saying
Kuala Lumpur, yeah. I tell you, they're lovely people over there. Nothing stresses them. And I like the way they say, look, it's just 15 minutes down the road. An hour and 15 minutes, you're still in the car thinking, geez, where is this joint? But, yeah, no, it was good. But so we'll start talking about a bit of our job news, mate. So as life goes on in the old industry, mate, they've got the same people popping up, scallywags and cockheads and breaking rules and all sorts of stuff. So some things never change, do they, Campo?
Nah, shit always finds its own level. So
yeah. So I suppose we could probably talk about. Well, actually, let's talk a bit about what they're talking about with all this stuff that Christy Kane's talking about. He had a bit of a slideshow on yesterday, all the renewables and the wind farms and all the stuff's going. It's massive. It's like billions and billions of dollars all around Australia. Yeah. So Christy Kane and the gang are all over it, and they've been getting together a good gang to sort of meet the governments and talk about all this infrastructure that's going to be happening. So there's tens and hundreds of thousands of jobs coming up. So we're trying to get in there and get our piece of it before the bosses and the government start selling it out to the weakest.
Obviously, yeah, Christy gave a detailed report at our shop stewards meeting on what work and where it is and all that sort of stuff. And we're talking, like Grilla was saying, we're talking hundreds of billions of worth of work, like all over Australia. Like in Victoria, some of these wind farm projects are unbelievable. Like, they've got one, I think it's starting at Golden Plains. That's supposed to be $1 billion jobs. Offshore ones, there's all that sort of stuff. So it's all our work. We say it is all our work, installing rigging and all that. That's all ours, concreting and all that. So nationally, the CFMEU are going to be doing an agreement. We've written up an agreement. We're ready to go, and we've already started trying to talk to the internationals and talking to our fellow unions across the ditch to see how they cope with it, because this renewable energy work is unbelievable. The amount of work's coming up.
Yeah, they try to get all the unions together. That's probably the biggest hardest part of it. Like get everyone
getting all the branches together.
All the branches first. I think that's okay. I think, but then getting the AMWU and the ETU and all these other mobs that are going to be involved in singing from the same page book. That's the thing. So we can get a sort of a national body, so we're all talking from the same songbook and negotiate and get into some of this work, So because otherwise they'll just get broken up and they'll have every cowboy from around the world.
The AWU will get in there and do it.
Yeah, do a half price deal,
cheap deal, and workers will feel the effects. And obviously now we are one union with the MUA. We'll be they got to use our ships to get it out there, and vice versa. And our cranes have put them up, so. We're in major talks with all the major crane companies that can do that work. There's only a limited amount it can actually do that work. So we've started the ball rolling. It seems like a good campaign the way it was written up. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to have a fair crack at it by the sound of it.
Excuse me. And yesterday, on Thursday, we had our shop stewards meeting with a fantastic turn up.
Yeah, it was good.
which all this was discussed and all that and all the other stuff, and we got the EBA coming up. So
EBA, obviously, the Secretary gave a detailed report about some of the conditions we want to get back in the agreements. Obviously, we've spoken about it before with the building code going, and we couldn't have prohibited content in there, talking about apprenticeship ratios, talking about all that sort of stuff. And also, he was talking about how all the unions in construction lining up, so we've got all clauses, a lot of the clauses are the same across, all the EBAs, ETU, plumbers, and us, you know what I mean? So, the clauses affect everyone, RDO clauses, all that sort of stuff. Apprenticeship ratio clauses.
All the stuff they took out, like Australian-made materials, all that was taken out, and now we've got to put up with the Chinese steel and all that. We've had some bad accidents. Camp obviously spoke about the one at Adco, with the roof coming down and out. Oh, well, that's right, Geelong.
The
Geelong Footy Club, what a classic. So our good friends from
Geelong,
Watpac, obviously, you'd like to think they use an Australian steel when you're getting government work, wouldn't you?
Well, the government gave them actually extra money. I think it was like
to get
a couple $100 million or whatever it was to make sure it was Australian steel to stimulate the economy, because a lot of that steel's made in Portland and in Geelong and all that sort of stuff, and all that. It's our jobs, it's our government money. You want good paying conditions.
And what do they do?
Went and used Chinese steel.
And what's happened?
It's all gone to tears.
It's all turned to tears. So I reckon that stand's going to be finished this year.
Round 24.
So if you're a Geelong fan, well, don't plan on going down there for a while, because it's all absolutely turned to tears.
The Bombers, Richmond, Collingwood, they won't be playing down there.
No.
Only got half a stadium, so...
So this is another example of just using second-rate materials. And if you think back to the, what do you call it, the Ferris wheel thing we had when that all turned to tears?
That's been a disaster.
That was a disaster from day one. They pulled it down, put it up, pulled down, put it up, because they were using second-rate Chinese bolts, second-rate steel.
And no one uses it.
And I mean, I don't learn by their mistakes. You get what you pay for. If you're getting Chinese steel, well, it's not going to turn out too well, and they've been caught out again. So stay tuned with the Watpac job down at Geelong with the stand down there. We've got our man on the scene down there, Buzzer. He'll be cutting his wrists.
Yeah.
He lives about 100 yards, so when the towers fall low, land in his front yard.
He'll be back now for Carlton.
That's a good point, yeah.
But, the Medleys are having a big campaign on it as well about Australian steel, as Mav, the secretary of them, come there, Tony Mav, come to the shop steward meeting, gave a report back on their campaigns coming up with, Weldon and all that.
And Shepparton, they're having a blue up?
Yeah, obviously with Shepparton as well. They're having a blue is it a factory?
Yeah, factory, yeah.
So, they've been out in the grass for 3.5 weeks or something.
They've made $7 billion.
Busy. Yeah.
They've made $7 billion last year, and they've offered them 2.5% pay rise, or 2.25% pay rise. Oh. Yeah.
It's only
45 people.
They've only made $7 billion, mate. That's not a lot of money.
Right. And they have to allow $1 billion to be put back into their business. So technically they're only getting $6 billion.
And obviously they had to put all the prices up to allow for inflation, but that doesn't reflect wages. You know what I mean?
So it's funny. Here we are again. And what's this year? 23?
You've had too many to count.
Yeah, 2023, and. It's the same thing, same old shit going on every year. The workers are trying to do the workers over, and these companies are making more and more money, but the same old thing, they want more out of us. And let's not even go near Qantas.
Please.
That'll go for 2.5 hours. Oh, mate. What that cockhead's done to that company, mate. And now he wants to train people up and get new jobs, because he sacked everyone else.
You got all JobKeeper, yeah.
That made billions of dollars. Now, just on that, we weren't going to talk about it, but I can't help myself. But he got all these grants and that from the government, but it's our money.
Yeah.
And then now they've made $2 billion. Wouldn't some of that get paid back? Surely.
Oh, you think any company made a profit over COVID?
Billions,
wouldn't you? Well, hang on, JobKeeper wasn't needed, so pay it back.
Nah, they're not paying anything back.
But I just don't get. They're talking about how inflation's going through the roof, but it's workers' fault. We can't get pay increases. It's our fault.
The trickle down. Remember the trickle down? Oh, the trickle down.
We've had the lowest wage growth for the last 3 decades. And and have a look. Well, but it's our fault. Oh yeah, if workers ask for a cost of living allowance, cost of living's at 8.5% at the moment. You're pretty much criminals.
Yeah. We should get someone in from the. Well, who's the
Super would know about that, but that'd be in Buzz's wheel, wouldn't it?
No, for Qantas.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Well,
that could be right. Yeah. Well, anyway, listen. So same old. But we're going to cut to Track Camp. And what have you got for us, mate? Old musical director.
Well, one of your favourite bands, Chain, Black and Blue.
Beautiful. And there it was, Chain, with Matt Taylor and Phil Manning, a great Australian blues band. They're doing the rounds again. I'm seeing them on, I've seen them technically, but I'm seeing them tonight, Friday, and I'll give a report next week. But they are a great band, and Black and Blue, it's what it's all about, and what a lot of workers are going through at the moment, with all these, I don't know, the rate, all the rates going up. I mean, interest rates, cost of living, and poor
inflation
people trying to make ends meet. It's bloody horrible, But Anyway, we keep battling on as we do. Campo, what do we got next, mate?
Well, you're in the big chair, mate. I had it planned out when I was running the show, but,
It's not what I heard. Canes. Oh, Canes. God, my jeez. I mean, Canes, look, as far as consistent, you'd have to have, they'd be the most consistent builder we've known. I mean, they're just a shitbox outfit, and they've been like that forever.
If we had Scallywag of the decade, they'd probably win it because they're the most consistent.
Well, what have they done, mate?
Well,
it says plasterers, so it'll be the old one. They go to the bottom of the bottom of the bottom to get their plasters.
Yeah, they're on the Pro Image.
Oh, yeah.
So 60 workers on the job. Only 3 of them had any sort of co-invest, and this is a state
long
government
service leave, yeah.
Long service leave, any super, and
Any super.
weren't paid, all paid cash, all that. But they're all subcontractors, all sham contracting, and now they're trying to bring them back on the job as all individual employees.
How do they do that?
With their own ABNs and all that, and they've subject
WorkSafe? Work cover?
Work cover and all that sort of stuff. None of that. It's happening on government jobs, but Canes, they keep doing it.
They've tried that before. I mean,
but they keep getting government work,
Well, this is the thing, and, like...
Andrew's government.
I'll tell you who we don't shit care much, who we should, the NBA.
Oh,
I mean, they're blue rinse members of the NBA and been involved with them all their lives. Well, where are they sitting with all this? Where are they sitting?
Well, they were the main reason we got a building code. Weren't they? They were the ones lobbying Hinch and all them.
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing all the government work, and this is the sort of stuff we've got. We've got people sitting at home, can't get a job, and you've got all these people breaking every rule, and working for what? What would they be working? What would they be on?
Please, they were on ranges, from $20 up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
if that,
nothing else.
But not saying that. Some of them, you don't get paid each week. You're getting paid monthly or it's rorts and robbing. You know what I mean? It's a disgrace, and it's happening on state government jobs, which taxpayers are funding. And we keep giving it to Kane Construction. We keep giving them work. We keep, there's no point. A horse doesn't change its habits if you keep doing the same thing.
A horse?
I just thought to throw that out.
That's a good one, because that leads me straight in, because Kane's are at Caulfield Racetrack.
No, really?
Yeah, well, remember, I think I reported on here that the great man Bill Collins, who was an absolute legend of the racing game, and he was a caller for the races, and he was on Sunny Side Up. Sunny Side Up. You can remember that, Annie? No? Oh, you're a bit too young. Okay.
What's that?
It was a show. It was a show on TV. Anyway, but they had a statue of him there, which they had to relocate. They bulldozed half the stuff there was heritage, and the trees they took down that came back from Gallipoli and all that.
Wasn't there a tree got bulldozed?
Yes. And
the Lone Pine got bulldozed.
And one of the builders' labourers was digging around where the old Bill Collins trophy was, and they've left the box of ashes behind. Now, really, come on. So it was left to us, or what I say, us, the union, to ring up his family and let him know that we've got the ashes to come and pick them up and all that. So that's pretty ordinary stuff.
That's low, isn't it?
Yeah. And Kane's is there, so it's no shock horror.
Well, but they've got no compassion for workers or working class people, mate. And
which brings us into the rally.
Oh,
well, there's an upcoming rally apparently.
Can't wait. It's been a while since we had a blue. And I reckon this EBA will be a bit of a blue, but we got a rally coming up on WorkSafe. We're sick of them.
Well, it's the old usual, isn't it, Campo? These blokes, they dust off and bring out as WorkSafe inspectors that come from an office or some, and wouldn't even know a crane unless it fell on them, and they send them out in jobs who've got no idea. So it's nothing's improved there. We've been on about it on a concrete gang for I don't know how many years. How long's the show been going? 45 years. It probably
go on for another 45 years. But some of the stuff, some like we had our safety unit out there on a job last week or this week, and they wouldn't even let him give him a notice. Wouldn't let him see the notice. And as it says in the notice has got to be displayed for the whole workforce to see.
To realise what's
the issues. Everyone's got to be informed and toolbox so the builder doesn't hide. And the other thing we've been trying to do, and you've heard us talk about it, is we want a high risk construction unit that knows about construction. Construction is a different industry. It's ever trained. If you're not from cranes, you're not going to be able to tell someone who's done cranes their life what's wrong with the crane or you're not going to pick up on these things. You know what I mean? If you're not from the industry and you haven't seen how a job's supposed to be, then you're not going to know. We've been pushing pretty hard. There's a lot of people putting a lot of roadblocks in their way, but we are. And we're going to be having a rally, and it's about time.
And we're getting down to Scallywags, mate, because that obviously all the stuff we've talked about is all about that. And, of course, Canes is at the top of the list, as usual, with Pro Image plastering, which we've just reported on. We've got Wappack from Geelong on the cheap steel.
Pocket and government money.
And government money. And John Hollands have pulled the new one. You know, the tower cranes, they want to put the tower cranes out up at Chadstone, but they don't want to pay for them over Christmas.
Well, that's pretty fair, isn't it?
So how do you do that? I just don't know how you do that. Like, you know, so they've got to come in and pull them down for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is, and come back and put them up.
It'll probably cost you more in putting them up fees than pulling them down.
Only John Hollands could think of that. And obviously we've got WorkSafe in there. They could probably be we just stamp their name in every week. And Sookies, we've got Canes because they're Sooking because we took them to disputes court.
We've got another Scallywag because Kylie Brown sent one in. CSR, mate, they've got they're trying to terminate 3 agreements and put them into one EBA without informing anyone. They just
that's what you do.
And then they went to Fair Work and said it was our fault because we didn't give them a log of claims. Well, so that's what they're trying to do, terminate.
Well, if anyone can fix that, it's our girl Kylie.
Oh, she's fired up about it. So, and them boys down there do like a dip. And we've also got Ramvic trying to offer their blokes less than 3%. Now, please.
The trickle down
economics.
All right, so Scallywags, I don't know. Well, Canes, we'll get them any time, and John Hollands, but I reckon John Hollands.
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon? I don't care.
Mate, I reckon Wappack.
Wappack, yes.
Geelong,
yes.
You know.
All right, okay, I'll go with that. Wappack.
And I hate that stadium.
Scallywags, Suki Lala,
Canes.
Right, Canes. It's definitely silence. Canes. All right. So it's great to be back, and we're going to have a big year. We've got the usual things coming up this year. We forgot
to say about the women's rally we had.
The women's rally. There was Women's Week last week. The women's
International Women's Week
on
day.
Last Wednesday.
We had there was a few women. We had a women's conference where there was over 90 CFMEU women attended, and obviously the rally. And great shout out to the organiser Lisa and all the other great ladies girls we work with.
Fantastic performance. All right, so it's great to be back, as we said, and we'll be filling you in on what's going on. We're going to have a big year for the Concrete Gang. We'll go at the same old way. Dare to struggle.
Dare to win.
If you don't fight,
you lose.
And it's good morning for the Concrete Gang camper, and we're going out with...
I am woman.
You are.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend, 'cause I've heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor. No one's ever gonna keep me down again. Whoa, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. You can bend but never break me, 'cause it only serves to make me more determined to achieve my final goal. And I come back even stronger, not a novice any longer, 'cause you've deepened the conviction in my soul. Oh yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong. I am invincible.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au. You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.